Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be speaking about Ethereum, and could alt season finally be just around the corner? Well, we'll discuss that today. If you haven't already, do hit subscribe, drop a comment below, hit the bell, get all the latest news in cryptocurrency. Alright, so speaking about Ethereum, so Ethereum today is sitting at $4,229. It is actually doing pretty good, even though you can see this candle, it is kind of not so great, but hey, we got a wick. But in another way, it is actually really good because we have some of those similar things that's going on, right? So we have that same pattern as we have right here, and that's happening too. And we do have a higher low happening right as well. And so what that's doing is showing that it's actually going to go up. It looks like it's going to be somewhat of a little bit of a fix. So a lot of people are selling out, and it's going to go back up. So it's going to hit around 4 grand, go right back up. So potentially 20K pretty soon. I would expect that from Ethereum. But in all, it's doing pretty good. Just as we spoke about like yesterday and several days before, Ethereum's just kind of cleaning up a few things, and it does have that huge potential of actually coming back up pretty strong. So even though you're looking at right here, it is these dips are getting bought into, just like how it was like yesterday. It's still doing much better. Even though we have that, I would expect it to be bought into even more. And so this is going to kind of clean up. And I think even if it doesn't, even though we have this, but it's moving just a little bit sideways, but not technically down. So it's still looking very bullish. And I would expect it to actually really kind of jump up, probably right around in this mark, 4,600 or so here soon. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. For the weekly, again, the weekly is still doing pretty good at 42 for the week, 42.3, right? So not bad. So you can see it's actually picking up here. It's cleaning up, not too horrible. So keep an eye on Ethereum. Alt season is coming around, and this is just going to validate that for you guys. Now, for Bitcoin, speaking on Bitcoin, Bitcoin is doing not so hot, especially for the daily. It's also bleeding out. So you're going to see this as well. So though we have Bitcoin bleeding out a little bit and in a downward manner, it's not doing so great. It's not doing so hot, and it's still falling. So today it's at 56,796, right? So right at 56K, just as we spoke about before, it is dropping. It is down quite a bit for the daily. Not the greatest thing we want to see, but hey, it's also going to push that alt season just a little bit higher. So watch out for those altcoins. Now for the weekly as well, Bitcoin's still not doing great, especially when you compare it to like Ethereum, for example. The other coins, it's doing really not good, right? For the weekly, and so you're going to see that it's not going to potentially have the biggest thing that you're going to want to see, and especially when we're comparing to the others, such as Solana. Even Solana's not doing so hot either, but it is kind of down, right? And so that's what we're seeing. Let's see what else we have for you today. We also have Cardano. Cardano is absolutely bombing it out. It is failing. It is failing us tremendously. So Cardano is sitting today at $1.65. It has broken past that line, so it's even further down. So it is actually not so hot on the market today. So the thing with Cardano is, and we spoke about this too, if it didn't get over that median, it was just going to go further down, and that's what it's doing. So it is breaking further, very bearish, looks very sad, definitely a heartbreaker. But hey, when you compare it to the, hopefully before long it will go back up, but that's not the topic today. But it is what's happening. Also, Solano is also dipping back down a little bit, right? But we're still not quite too low of the line here, so this is something that's pretty good. So keep an eye out for it if it does come back up, and I expect that to come back up soon. It's still not as low as it was just a few days ago. It did bounce back up from that. It did get bought into, and here it just kind of canceled out. It's down lower again, but it does have that potential of kind of coming back up. So we'll keep a close eye for that as well. Let's look at the market. We'll wrap this thing up today. So Bitcoin on the 24 hour is at 0.38 in the red, 5.56 in the week. Ethereum is up on the 24 hour by 2.54% and 0.23 up for the week. Tether is also up by 0.13% for the 24 hour period and only down by 0.03% for the weekly as well. Now, speaking of Solana, not even 1% in the red yet, but very close at 0.99. and for the weekly we have 1.45. Now, Cardano, on the other hand, for the 24-hour is at 0.97%, but the weekly is at 7.59%, so not doing too hot as well. XRP for the daily is in the red by 0.45% and minus 5.28% as well. All in all, when we're looking at the market, it's not doing so hot, especially in the top 10. It looks pretty bad for the weekly. But you can see the coins that are actually doing pretty good for the 24-hour, like Ethereum. You have Binance, right, sitting at 4.86, right? We have that. Tether is in the green. Polkadot, USD, and Dogecoin are both up. Polkadot sitting at 2.25% for the daily. And you have USD coin, right, at 0.17%, and Doge is sitting at 3.42%. Now, Avalanche is not so great on the 24-hour period at 8.85%, but the weekly is a whopping 38.56 in the green, so still doing pretty well. Crypto.com is doing fantastic, actually. So when we're looking at the weekly, it is up 99.42%. Very, very good. But for the daily, it's at 15.11%, so still pretty decent, right? Terra Luna, which is kind of weird, is in the green at 0.70, and the weekly is in the red by 5.12. So kind of in between here. Polygon's actually doing pretty well. It's sitting at 5.80 on the 24-hour and 5.20 for the week, so still pretty decent. Axie Infinity actually is coming up as well. So for the 24-hour, we have 2.99% and 1.66 for the weekly. So it's doing very great too. We were just speaking about this, that Axie Infinity is going to kind of come up as well. It's going to do much better. So keep an eye on these altcoin guys. I think the season is right around the corner. We're definitely going to be seeing some of these coins really making a big jump, really doing some really strong rallying. So keep an eye on that. Watch on Ethereum as well. So it's going to jump. Bitcoin is going to go further down. I'm pretty sure about that. 55 is very, very close, 54 even. And people are really going to start to panic in this moment. So once they start doing that, they really get real shaky legs here, like pasta. They're going to look for a new course menu, right? And so I think that's going to be the other gaming coins. That's going to be the altcoins. That's going to be so many different things that's really going to push for that. All right, guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining me. Hit the bell, follow us for more news, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you